my name is Donnie, also known as Donnie the Bird, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a survivor horror point and click game. Also, could be a Fnaf game. So, I've noticed a lot of games that try to simulate Fnaf do a lot of things wrong. And I'm just going to show some things that I would do, and this can give you a base of how you can make your game. So here I've made a little testing area. I've already made a lot of the systems like the door closing, what enemies I'm gonna have, camera system, looking around. But I'm going to explain each section. Then I'm gonna go into the making of the actual movement of characters and what logic would go into that, go into your jump scare, and all that. If you want to just jump to a certain part, there should be timestamps in the bottom of the video. You can just pick to, hey, you want to see this or you want to see that. And let's get started. So first thing first, before I actually go into the play and the scene, if you're gonna make a FNAF game, you have to know that you're probably not gonna get noticed by Media Molecule because it is not an original IP. And there is a very slight chance, since it's FNAF and Scott is really cool about that type of stuff, but it is a very slight chance that your game could get taken down for copyright reasons. So, a fair warning to this. Alright, so what I have a system of here is a system of looking to the left, looking to the right, looking up, looking down. I have a door system, another door system, and I have a camera system. Alright. Now I'm going to display, what should I display first? Door systems would be the easiest, so it's just, I have a button, as you can see, I feel like it'd be better to start with the camera. So I can clear this stuff off my screen for right now. So there's lots of ways you can have your camera set up. You can have a character who's locked into place and can just look around. You can have if I cut this off, you can have a single camera like I just have, or you can do what is it called? The follow imp by the angle setting, which is also a good one. But for what I wanted to do something more similar to what some people on PC deal with, like when playing with the flicking, where I have it with the flicking, and where you can just flick to up, you go up, you flick down, you go down, and that's what I'm gonna move to next. All of it works by using the hidden camera tracker. And obviously you can do it other ways, but how I did it is I have this hidden camera tracker on each block. And so if the imp is hovering over this block, it sends a signal to T-hub, top hub, bottom hub, left hub, right hub. And it's going to send a signal into here, which is all this. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it looks. It's just very, very wiry. Which sends a signal to here, which says, hey, if I'm in the normal mode, which is A, and someone do T-hub, send it into B, which is the looking at the vent mode. If I'm in A, and someone say L-hub, send that to the door look. And if I'm in C or B, and they go do the respective right for if you're looking at the left, and then down if you're looking at the top, send it back to the normal cam. So that's what you get. So I can't do left and right here. I can only do down. I can't do right and down here because it's only looking for left or top. So, see? Very simple. Next off, we got to our buttons. Our buttons are, again, not that hard. They're just, is the player hovered over it. And also, this is something I see a lot of games do, where they'll do the hover, but they instead of doing hover, they do grabbed, where the player has to press R2. If you want more control over this, I would do hover in an AND gate with a controller sensor on remote controllable, and you can hook up whatever button you want. So it's hover, and they press X, activate the button, change the color, and then sends out a signal, let you know the vent is closed. And same thing for the door. Now, what's next here? I can guess you just shut up. Door closed. Just a single keyframe animation, nothing too special. Vent close. There you go. I think that's it. Oh, the camera system. Camera system is over here. Is if you press B, it takes you off the normal. This selector here is connected to here and here. So when the player presses B, it takes them off the normal camera, the normal viewing mode where you look left, right, up, down, and put them into the cameras. And it's just two cameras hooked up to do different to this selector being controlled by the left and right button. So, whoop, left, right, left, right. All right. And I was able to set this up. You can see it's a little, my little office I have. I was able to make this about an hour and a half. Nothing too crazy. And I guess now we can move on to the characters. So, I've grabbed 4 characters that I have made in the Dreamverse in my time, and I want to come up with mechanics for them. I'm thinking first off, we're gonna have Mr. Astronaut guy. It's gonna kind of come towards the vent, peek his head in, and then you gotta have to close it. And once you close it, he disappears. Then you're gonna have noms over here. He's gonna walk towards the door, and then once you get to the front of the door, you close it. Wait till he goes away. You're gonna have the cup here. The cup's gonna always sit at this window. Then at one point, the cup is gonna be here on your desk. And in order to make the cup go away, you're gonna have to click the cup, and then he'll go back outside to this table. Then finally, you got your pumpkin man down here. And I said, I really need a mechanic to make people they just don't close the door and keep their doors closed all the time. So I'm gonna have it to where Pumpkin Man, he gets angry whenever the door is closed, and he gets angrier if both doors are closed. If he gets too angry, he scares you. So it keeps you from just keeping the doors closed all the time. These are not the best mechanics to go with each other, but these are just some sample ones that I made the work. And these, if you're wondering, these the 4 timelines are. These are just the jump scares. We'll get to those later. So, I think it'll be best to start with noms and astronauts since they have the similar mechanics. So first thing you may have noticed is I made sure I went to the puppet logic and made sure that they are not controllable. The reason I'm still keeping the controller sensor here is if I want to do what they're called, possession animations, which you may want. We're probably not going to do this one in this video, but if you want to do record possession, you're gonna need that control sensor because that's how you need to control the puppet during your possession and recording them. All right. So there's two ways you can go out with this. You can either keyframe your animatronic or character at each position, or you can have multiple versions. I personally would recommend, if you're doing a game that's low on thermo, low on gameplay thermo specifically, not graphics, don't worry about graphics, but low on gameplay specifically, I would go with the making duplicates. And you can, if you want to even save space there, you can emit and delete a character, and I'll show you how to do that. But the reason I would suggest having multiple characters is because if you have too many keyframes, you can get really confused very easily. Then you're gonna wonder what this keyframe do. Even if you're organized, you know what each keyframe do. Sometimes keyframes can act a little wonky and then mess up the character, especially if the character isn't supposed to move. So this is what I do. I would, let's say, Kitty Num Num is gonna first. He's gonna do it. I'm gonna make a clone Kitty Num Num. Let's say Kitty Num Num first phase is. And also make sure I turn off him looking at the auto look. Huh? Let's say Kitty Num Num's first phase is he's gonna do a little wave, and he's looking up. There we go. Now, for Kitty Num Num's second phase, he's going to he's gonna do a little sit down. I can also clone him. Wait, clone him out. Then he's gonna do a little sit. Then Kitty Num Num's third phase is him gonna be at your door. Just standing there. Now that I have my poses ready, I personally would turn these puppets into scopes. If you know you're not going to be animating this, like remember when I said you can possession record? If you're going to be possession record animating these, do not do this step. But if you're not, and you're just going to go with the having them stand still at different places, this is what I would do. I would go to the butt of the character. It's kind of really hard to see the butt or the waist. And I would double tip it so everything gets selected. Then clone. Bring everything out the group. Make sure nothing's movable. And sometimes you might have to test it beforehand. And press play. Now he stands still. You saw how this one, he was a little slightly in the ground. So, but let's say he was in the ground. He's still trying to listen to the rules of a puppet. He's no longer listening to the rules of a puppet because he's a scope now. And then we just group. If you want one more demonstration, I'm going to show you right now. Alright. So, double tap the waist. Clone. Move from the group all the way. Make sure I have nothing movable. And then group. There we go. Now, we got Kitty Num Num's first phase. And it's right there. And we're going to repeat the same process for the other two. And there we go. Now we got all three faces right there. Now, how are you going to simulate each faces? Because obviously he's not just gonna have three versions of him, and you're gonna be seeing all of that. Be really weird. And how we're gonna make him go away from the door? That's what we're gonna move into here. If we were to here, open up a chip. We're gonna call this chip Mr. Noms. Now, what you think you do? You're gonna start a timer, and then at the end of the timer, you're gonna get a keyframe to cut. No, do not do this. Do not do this. I see too many games have scripted nights. Scripted nights are never fun because it takes away the fear of not knowing who's gonna come next. So what do I do now since you can't have scripted nights? How am I gonna make the attacks random? This is something I've come up with from my game, and I'm gonna actually grab it, and I'll explain it to you once I grab it. The random time generator. There we go. I'm gonna have to get a better thumbnails for that. Now here we go. Random time generator. Now, what is this? I'm gonna bring it out. This is something you guys can grab because I think I've made it public. Or you can make it yourself so you can kind of learn how it works. This is a system that takes a point, 2 points of time that you can choose, and make it completely random. I know some random time like I'm trying to see if I just look up random timer or random number generators. In fact, there's no. Oh, I misspelled random. Random timer. Yeah, like one like these. I know you may see random times like this, and how complicated this is. No, not even this. Okay, or trying to figure out what you do. I guess you'll put. Let's see. What do you put where? Target time, current time, port activated. Let's see. What is this? Let's see. 2. Yeah, but how is it picked? Ah, I see how. It's randomly taking a number, then multiplying that number plus this number. As you see, it's very hard to comprehend. But this is going to be very easy, and I can walk you through it right now. All this is a signal generator. What a signal generator do is it generates a signal between numbers that you set. So the main beauty is here: max range value, min range value. What this would do is, if I'll just reset the settings, and I can go through read you what everything do. You can see it goes up. It picks a random number between 1, and then it picks a random number between zeros, and it just goes up and down between 1 second. So it takes 1 second go up to 1, takes 1 second go 0. 1, 0, 1, 0. Now, first thing we want to do is we're going to have to set our range. So you could do, let's say I want my min to be 0, 1. I want my max to be 4. So now, 4. Now it's going from 1 to 4 in 1 second, and it's picking a number between 2. You can do it this way, or something that's just been more effective for me, and this is something I've just did it from the start doing, is I would say my max range, I'm gonna do a number 1 here. I'm gonna do a max on the max of, let's say, 30. Then I'm also do the same here. I'm gonna explain why I do this instead of the other way. And I'm gonna say 15 and 15. If you can see it's much more freaking out. And the reason I did this is, and it wasn't going because when you're doing that other way, you said at the bottom it picks a number between 4 and 4. At the top picks at the bottom picks a number between 0 and 0. At the top picks a number between 4 and 4. Now it's at the bottom picking a random number between 15 and 30, and at the top is also picking a random number between 15 and 30. So it's freaking out right now. Now we take this freak out and we randomize that even more by putting the sweep seconds. So now it's generating a number at the top of 15 and 30, 0 seconds, so basically instantly, and it's also generating a number at the bottom between 15 and 30 instantly. If the too long didn't read version is, it make number fast, make random number fast, really good. Just change this to be what you want your minimal range number to be, and change this one to be your maximal range you want it to be, and then just do the same thing. So let's say I want an enemy who can tack between 15 seconds, tack between 20 seconds and 40 seconds. All you gotta do is turn this 20, change this 40, do the same thing here. Oh. Up and there. There you go. Now, what this do now is sends this signal into the signal manipulator, which its main purpose is to feed it into here. So it's picking our number, and I'm going to delete that. Now look, the number is freaking out because it's constantly still picking those numbers between 20 and 40, and the timer don't know how to do it. Now, how do I stop this timer from freaking out? You take the timer out. You basically say when timer starts from timer output, because timer output will cut on once the timer starts, and you feed into the signal manipulator into the freeze output port, which will freeze whatever signal is just sent until this loses power. So essentially, it sends a number through. Let's say our number is 2. It sends a 2 in. 2 goes into the manipulator. 2 makes the target time, and then when the timer cuts on, this freezes and only keeps the 2, so no other number can come in until you hit the end, until the timer reaches its number and resets, causing the output to cut off to allow another number to input in, and then it freezes. Output finishes up, output unlocks, let it send a number. There you go. So you don't have to actually mess with this. All you have to mess with is this, but I'm just explaining how it works. Now, all you have to do is plug this into, let's say, if we're going to be doing this with Kitty Noms, we will hook this up to a selector and have this selector go into mode B. Or we can, better yet, just into the next port. And so what's going to happen? I'm going to hardwire it right now. But what you obviously should do is keyframe it. But you know, I won't take too much extra time. What you should do is keyframe it. Let's say here at A, we want you on. You're initially off. Now at A, you're on. Then at B, you're on. Then at C, you're on. So now you're gonna get something, and for example, I'm gonna turn the number down a bit to 5 and 10. Yep. So now, what? What? Why are you saying 7? 7, 7. What? Ah, wait, never mind. 5 and 10, of course. Wait. Ooh, okay. This is one issue that sometimes you'll see that your number won't reset. That's because your target time got messed up. What I would do, just turn that to 0, or turn that to 1. Not your target time gets messed up. Your current time gets messed up. So there you go. Now you're getting something between 5 and 10. And then let's watch what key noms do. It's 6.6, 5.5, 9.2. Now you may be wondering, but isn't he gonna move? Oh no, oh no! I think I messed up my cameras. What have I done here? Uh-oh. Let's move these cameras back. This camera back. What was this camera? Is this just the basic camera? Did I mess up the basic camera as well? I did. Alright. And this is a good time to tell you. Make sure you freeze your cameras so you don't accidentally start moving them. It says I froze. Come on, let me. Yeah, I think you have to freeze the logic. My bad. Freeze. So that means I can no longer move those cameras, or like I think I can't even edit them either. Yep, see? And if you want to go and change them again, you can just unfreeze them and get back to work. So let's say you're wondering, but isn't he gonna move on the camera? Well, let's see if he'll answer that for you. Yes, he will. You might say, oh, that's not what I want. That kind of breaks the immersion and all that. That's where we're gonna do this. We're gonna make it to where if the player is, I'm gonna hook up, and the reason we'll hook up the switch is I'll explain to you. We're gonna say if the player is on the cameras, or because we don't want him to pop up in the door too, if the player is looking at the door. What is what are you? What? I don't know. And now it's gone. What? Oh, I don't know. Right. So, we're gonna say if the player is looking at the door, or if the player is on the cameras, pause the time. So what we're gonna do is say, take a wireless receiver, make sure it sees the entire scene, and I have something called, there it is, the look. I can look for door lock, door look. If door look is on, or, ooh, we actually do not have one for cameras. So what you can do is, I can just make one. On cams. If door look is on, or on cam is on, that will result in the timer stopping. And if you're going to do something like this, make sure your timer is not on count up and is on speed. What speed do is if a timer starts and then it gets cut off, it keeps that position. It stops the timer, it keeps that position. Unlike if you were in speed and you cut it off, it keeps going. So it also works the same for prepositional, but when it's off, the timer goes down, and then when it goes on, it goes up. So we're gonna keep it on speed. For that weird cut, I had a bit of an issue. I had a bug where I think I turned off something to where it was keep randomizing the number after it started, but as you can see here, it's not doing that now. So what happens once you get on the camera, this cut off, cuts on, cuts off, cuts on, cuts off. So it should work. And I also went and fixed my things. So now I'm gonna go here. Now I'm on the camera. And now numbers pause. Now I'm gonna get off the camera. Numbers on, get on the camera, off, on, off, on, off. Then, oh, I'm on. Well, once I get off, kitty num num moves. Then, as long as I'm still off, kitty num num moves. Now I'm gonna go in and look at the door. He's not moved yet, and gonna go look away. Look, now he's at the door. Yes, really weirdly angled there, so I'm just gonna move him over. He's at the door. There we go. Now, when he gets at the door, which is C, what we're going to do is we're going to hook up an AND gate. If you're in mode C and the door is closed. Door is closed. I want you to not kill me and go back to mode A. So if so door's closed. If you're at mode C, door's closed, and the timer go out because we want to make it to where he stays there until we just think it's safe. Kind of like what Bonnie and Chico would do in the first Fnaf game. Boop. So if all these three criteria meet, timer poses, you're at B, and you're at C, and the door is closed, we're going to send you back to A. And you're wondering why do that when you already have the thing to go send it back to A already. That is because while we're in C, I wouldn't recommend. I'm gonna say this is, so I don't mix them up. I'm gonna say this is at door, and then at C, I'm going to cut off this node because only two things can happen while you're at C. You either die, or you're going to live and go back to A. So this goes to A. Now we're gonna make a second AND gate that says if you're in C, the door is not closed and time runs out, we're gonna feed that into the jump scare. I think this one's his. Who jump scares this? No, that's not his. I should have named these. I think this one. Nope, that's astronaut. Here we go. I know this one. This one's keeping up noms. We're gonna feed that into the jump scare, and make sure the jump scare's on once. So let's test it out. Go here. He's not moving. Gonna wait. He's moved. Gonna go look at the door. He's not there yet. Alright. Look up a little bit. Go there. Oh. Check the cameras. Yep, he's there. And I'm gonna close the door. Now, gonna go back. Open the door. And he's going back, and he's actually already came back to the second phase. So this time I'm gonna look this way, and I'm not gonna close the door. And let's see what happens. Ah, I got all jump scared and stuff. And that is noms done. And obviously you can take some of the stuff here and edit your own thing. Let's say you don't want noms to cut off at the cameras. You only want noms to cut off on that specific camera. All you have to do is say, you probably wouldn't call it on cam, you'll say on door cam. And then hook this up to the camera system you got the door. And then go back to noms and say, hey, you can only cut off when you can't move when I'm on the door cam. There we go. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna do the same thing for the astronaut, because this astronaut essentially is the same thing, but I'm gonna change the ending a bit. So I'm gonna basically fast forward to this part. Alright, everything's all set up. And you now what I said we're gonna change the ending is for Kitty Num Nums, we said once Kitty Num Num's at the door, he stays there until his time's up, and if your door closed, he'll leave. For Astronaut, we're gonna change something. We're gonna make it to where on mode C, Astronaut starts a second random time generator. This random time generator is going to have a lower number. It's going to have a number of, let's say, 5 and 8. Now, this random number generator only cuts on for mode C. So we're going to actually put in a new node Mode C. There we go. And this timer is going to determine whether the player dies or not. So we kind of already have this logic here. So I'm gonna say, let's do the death one first, since that's always gonna be the same thing. If you're in mode C, instead, if this timer goes up, not the first one, the second one now. This is when stuff starts to get messy. Be sure to use your pins, X over a wire, and then just drag out. Now, if this timer goes out, do his jump scare, which should be you, right? Yeah. We play this jump scare. But now, how do we stop him? Now we're gonna say, if the vent is closed, not if the timer's up. It doesn't matter if the timer's up or not. If the vent is closed and we're in mode C, directly put it into mode A. Well, we already have it directly go into mode A. Put a pin in so I can see that wire better. Directly put it into mode A. If you're in C and the vent is closed, put it into A. And now he should play properly. He doesn't move when you're looking at the vent cam or looking at the vent. So let's try it now. Looking at the vent, not moving. We're gonna put the vent camera. He's still there. We're gonna turn off the camera. We're gonna make sure we don't get interrupted by kitty noms. Gonna get on the camera, off the camera. Let's wait. Boop a doop a doo. I'm on the night guard. Closing the vent. Oh no. But he did cut off. I just have to make sure I cut that piece off. Cut him off completely. I don't think I did. Oh, he's now looking in.
Scary noises.
He got me. So we're gonna rhyme. Boop, boop. Cut off so keep noms are come in. Boop, boop, boop. Also, it's shadow showing, so make sure you cut off shadows when you're doing something like this, or the shadows will tell what's happening. Or you can use the shadows to your advantage if you don't want the character seen. Up, he's there. Gonna close the vent. He's gone. Instantly. Didn't have to wait. There we go. So first, let me see what's going on. What's going on with that first phase? That first phase was acting a bit weird. You're on. I only made his head on. I see. I forgot to group this puppet, so he didn't know what was going on. So I only made his head cut on. So that's why I went the other phase. It was just a headless corpse there. So power that off, power that on, power that on. So that should fix it. Do a quick test. Do. Ooh, I love Night Garden. Do. Oh. No, that did not. Oh, I didn't make the body off as well. Nope, the body's off. Nope, body's off. So why aren't you? Then you're on. Then when you go to your next phase, you're on. Alright, let's see. I can watch from here. Oh yeah, look, it's still saying his head is off. There. So if we just watch that, he should bump my mic a little bit there. There we go. That's one. So, next mechanic of the cup. I say the cup. The cup is just going to be 2 phases. one out here, one in here. Then you tap them, and you tap them with your imp. Simple, easy as that. So once again, I'm gonna speed through this and just show you the process, and you can just kind of follow along through the time lapse. It's not gonna be that different. You see, I'm just using the same logic. So here I go. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick step in because I wanted to say something. What if at first I was gonna say if you're just normally looking, you can't the cup won't move, but then the cup will never get to play because you're mainly normally looking most of the time. So what if we do something like this? What if we make it to where he can still activate while you're not looking, but he will not move until you're looking? So how we're gonna say this is we're gonna give a counter a post here. We're gonna give this counter a post. So when the thing ends, it's gonna give this counter a post, and we're gonna say and. So if this counter gets full and the player, I feel it'd be better to go. This counter is full and the player is not looking normally. The player is not doing a normal look and this timer fails. That is what's going to push it to go to the next phase. Because actually we can just put that back to B. That's what's going to push it to the next phase. So what's going to happen is the timer fills up, and as long as you're still looking, he's not going to move. But as soon as the timer's up and then you decide to look away, then he will move. So it'd be kind of like I'm trying to see the best way to explain this. Kind of like an Ultimate Custom Night, where if there's somebody at an event, their timer, the jump scare you, has to fill up, but then they won't jump scare you unless you pull your camera up and look away. That's what this is. So we're gonna continue on working on this, and I'll come back to it. Alright, so you can see, like if you saw, I actually decided to just keyframe the cup moving in. And the reason I decided to keyframe the cup moving in and not using a separate cup is because the cup is just a cup. It's a sculpture. It's not a character that have all these joints and have to listen to these joints and can get messed up by keyframes. It is just a object. So what I've got to is now in B, his timer fills up. Now what happens when his timer fills up is obviously you're gonna die, because if your timer fills up and you have not drank the cup, we can now add that as a mechanic of drink the cup. So what we're gonna do is gonna put a microchip on the cup, make it nice and fancy. We're gonna do a very similar to the button, but I'm just gonna do it live. You put a controller sensor, make sure it's on remote control, then have a grab sensor, and then gate. we're just gonna that. And bish bosh boom, you got yourself a drinking cup. I would like to turn this into a post, so grab a signal manipulator, put it in the post state, and we're gonna put this as cup drink. Cup drink goes in there. And also, I want to kind of do something. Oh, but no, we'll do that in the other part. So now the cup can be drinked. So it's gonna come in here, you drink it, and he gets mad and he goes back to his table. All right. So what we're gonna say is, what if you do not drink? We look for cup drink. And we look for a not gate. If cup drink was not activated, we activate the cup's jump scare, which is this one. So cup drink not activated before this can start, and you're in mode B, just to be on the safe side. You could do it without the mode B, but just for the safe side, I like to make sure I have it there. You know, have a little extra coverage. Extra coverage is never bad. Now, what if you do it? So if you're in B, just like the astronaut, if you're in B and you do drink the cup, just end the day. So what I'm going to do is, and that should be it, I believe. Boop, doop, boop. Doop, 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 doop. Yep. Ooh, no, I want to kind of add like a little slurping sound just to kind of show you drunk the cup. Just for a little fun. I'm so sorry for that. And we're gonna play this. Play this now. So what I'm gonna do is, so kitty noms and astronaut doesn't bother me. We're just gonna close them off and we're gonna wait a little bit. Boop a doo, look at Mr. Cup. He's so pretty, please don't murder me in my sleep. Oh, look, he moved in. Oh, and something's not working. Oh no. Oh no, please. Why? Oh, I bet I know why. Number one reason for your receivers not work, you didn't put it the react to the entire scene. I'm literally just a cup. Yes, you are. And I got jump scared because of that. So we're gonna try again. Boop. 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 Let me get Kid Noms and astronaut guy. Oh. Oh, hey. Oh, you know what happened? Is we never turned off this counter. So what you gotta make sure you do is, once you do go through, cut this counter off. Because this counter is only on, and make sure this is only on during A. So he doesn't keep getting clicked back into B instantly. Okay, make sure you do that for all of these. Make sure this is only on during, oh, well technically this is different because he's on for all of them. But for astronaut, make sure he is only on for A or B. And you can easily just hook that up with a You can either just do a timeline on C like we did before, or you can just cut it off, but I would do... I know we cut it off with... Did we not cut them off? Oh no. We gotta make sure you cut this timer off. Cut that off. There we go. Fine. So now we're just gonna wait. Go. Cut you off. Cut you off. Cut you off. Come on. Yeah, there we go. And now if I look away, he shouldn't come back. Yep. 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 And now he's come back in. Not gonna take care of him.
I'm literally just a cup.
And now that's him done. So we got 3 people done already. We want to now work on the pumpkin. The pumpkin is going to be different because he's not going to have the timer system of crawling and checking something. He's always going to be active and he's testing to see if these doors are closed. If one door is closed, he's getting mad. If another door is both doors are closed, he's getting really mad. So we can't really use our timer, so I've opened up a new chip. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some variables. Variables are pretty neat. Yes, yes, yes. Variables are lovely. We're going to also grab ourselves a variable modifier. So let's say he starts with 100. And we're going to give this a maximum value of 100. And we're going to also say 0. Or matter of fact, we can do it the other way, opposite, and say 0, and his anger goes up to 100. So what we can do is variable. We're gonna call this his anger meter. Now what happens if where are they? We need some of these. If vent close or door close, they're going to bring down. They're gonna bring up Angie. So we're gonna say this. And bring this. They're both targeting Angie. Angie, and they're going to be adding to Angie. Now we do continuous swap power, and they're going to add 1 to Angie. So while the door is closed, oh. Ooh, that's fast. Ooh, that's real fast. We don't want to go that fast. That's kind of ridiculous. What we could do to make things a bit more convenient, we could, instead of doing variables, we could actually, what we could do is timer. I was gonna say do the health modifier, but that'd be a bit too confusing to explain right now. Is do a timer and then do the while powered on, and let's say every 0.1 second they're adding something on. So boop, boop, boop. So the vent is closed. His Angie meter is going off. Still pretty fast, but now I can change this. So not 0.2, 0.5. An anger meter point is going up. So boop 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 boop. And then we can say if neither of these, so do or, then a not gate. If neither one of those are doing that, then we're gonna have another system that brings this Angie down. And then I can say bring it down 1 second per half second. And I can even make it lower so he gets Angie, he calms down quicker. So I'm gonna press a button. He's getting mad, he's getting mad, he's getting mad. Let's say I'm gonna hit, I dare to hit 2 buttons. He's getting really mad. Actually, that really seems really slow. So I'm gonna bring that down to 3. So, boop, boop. Let's see how mad he's getting. Yep, see now he's getting really mad and they're both adding points. Then let's say I want to bring that down. I can just say cut both of these off. And now he's going to start going down. Now how do we kill the player? So now all we have to do is hook up a timeline. We're going to hook up this into the playhead. And what this means is, oh wait, no, you gotta make sure, since we're doing it by 100, we don't want to do it by the current value, because this is going to take a value between 0 and 1, and then depending on that value, it's going to fill up this bar. So what we're going to do is, since his Angie goes up to 100, I'm going to divide this number by, let's see, 100, 10 would make, would 10 work? No, 10 wouldn't work. You would have to do divided by 100. So it's going to give me a number under 1. So I'm going to fill up his Angie bar. You're going to watch that timeline fill up depending on what his Angie bar is. There you go. Then if I want it to go down, goes down. Now all we got to do is hook up some timeline, some keyframes. Now we're gonna hook up a keyframe here. We're gonna hook up a keyframe here. And this keyframe is gonna show the player he's getting mad. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna get red, and he starts getting faster with his floating. And then so what I'm gonna do to help show this is I'm going to bring these down some, and then I'm gonna even make this where it's doing 1.5. So he's getting faster, but he doesn't seem to be getting mad. Which it shows he's getting mad, but why is he dark? Ah, I see. There's something with the media molecule puppet. Bet it's not visible. Yep, there you go. There you go. Now he's getting mad, and his Angie bar is filled up. Now, once the bar is filled up, so once he's at 100, once he is at 100, we put in the jump scare. So here we go. getting mad. I'm gonna turn it off. Oh, let me turn it off so he can calm down. Oh, he's calming down. Gonna cut it back on. Alright.
Boo!
And you got jump scared. And that's it. That's all 4 characters. And I can now cut each one on. And I'm gonna tweak Pumpkin a little bit so he's a little bit more fair. He's now turns. He stops being angry by 2. And his Anki goes down really fast. Alright, so now we can have all 4 on. And let's see what happens there with a game like that. So we're gonna hit our camera, see Kitty Noms in his first phase. He's in his first phase. He's in his second phase. Kitty Noms still in the first. Kitty Noms now moved to the second phase. Astronaut man on the roof. Gonna close him out.
I'm literally just a cup.
And I've missed the cup. And go ahead and get Kitty Nom out. Now, and keep in mind, this is completely different. This is not scripted. I do not know who's going to attack first. I do not know who's going to come first. It's all thanks to the randomness. So that time, the astronaut came after Kitty Nom. It's like, see, Kitty Nom's already at the door. Just gonna go there. Oh, Kitty Nom's there. Astronaut there. Astronaut gone. He's there. Kitty Nom's.
I'm literally just a cup.
Okay, see, now cup is too strong. Now all I have to do is easily, if cup is being too much of a nuisance. Now all I'm gotta do is, I feel like he's attacking too fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nerf his attack. So now you're gonna have 30 seconds and 15 seconds. So now let's just out. So now he'll appear, but he's attacking. Or let's say I say character's too weak. Like I'm saying he's not getting angry fast enough. I can easily crank it up where he gets angry faster. Alright. Check the cameras. They're there. Cup's there. Cameras. Kitty Nom's there. Astronaut there. Astronaut gone. Camera. Kitty Nom's gone. Cup's there. Pumpkin's getting angry. Camera. There we go. Kitty Nom was at the door and I didn't get him. Boom. Now, quick thing. Let's say you don't want 2 people attacking at the same time. You're like, I don't want astronaut and Kitty Nom attacking at the same time. That seems unfair. Well, what you could do is, like how we pause the timer for if you're looking at the cameras, we can also pause the timer if one person attacking. Let's say if we are in the 3rd phase where he's about to attack, I can pause Kitty Nom's timer. Do not do this in the same keyframe. You have separate keyframes and name each keyframe. I can now pause Kitty Nom. So Kitty Nom cannot move if the astronaut is in this phase. Or let's say, so yeah, I think that's it, and I think I've made a pretty reasonable, quick, janky Fnaf game. This is made maybe like in total, say about 3 hours, because I got the 1 hour. I say about hour 30 to do this logic for the video, and then another hour 30 making a map and the stuff before the video. So I say pretty good. So if you got any other questions about making a FNAF game, or like a mechanics I didn't cover, and you want to see how
Boo!
I get the pumpkin got me. You want to see how I would do them? Just ask them in the comments, and I'll probably respond to it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope this can help you learn to make some FNAF games.